How's it going, guys? Central Coast Disc Golf and Dynamic Discs are bringing you some more disc golf action. As always, Dynamic Discs is sponsoring a Dymax giveaway, so make sure to like and comment for a chance to win and go buy some stuff for them. They're awesome. What I got for you today is a Saturday round of the Am1 League card at the 2012 Coyote Classic at Lake Casitas, California. It's a super fun tourney. Almost everyone camps at the lake, and the course is right next to the campground. It's a ton of fun. Pretty much a 3-day party, and I would definitely recommend it if you get the chance. But with that, let's get on to disc golf. So we have Jeff Russell at -9, Jonathan Mackey's at -8, and Peter McBride is at -5. This is their second round, and we are starting on hole 16, which is somewhere around 540 feet straight downhill. You can see the pin right there, and Jeff's Anheuser's and doesn't come back. He's over there in the bushes. So somebody aced right now, and then the people right behind us also aced. We heard two aces within like 30 seconds. Pretty crazy. Anyway, here is Jonathan Mackey. Ripping out a big ol' hyzer. And this one is fading in right at the pin, goes right over the pin, and skips long into that bush right there. Kind of gets stuck. There's kind of a road down there right by the pin, which is what he scripted on. And here is Peter McBride with his drive, throwing out a Nuke OS, crushing a huge bomb. And this one is kind of loose side of it, but it fades right at the pin, and he finishes pretty much right on line. He's about 30 feet long. Huge drive. So there is Jeff's out, which is the tomahawk. Sorry I didn't catch it very well, but it was a really nice out from where he was. So here is John's second shot. Not bad, a little short. And here's Peter's shot. You can see he went pretty much like 30 feet long. Just shooting this window back at the pin. Not a bad up. So here is Jeff for his par. Nice putt. Here we got John for his par. Comes up a little short there. And here's Peter tapping in his par. Alright. John with the bogey, and Peter and Jeff parred. And we are on to hole 17, which is 212 feet, kind of just straight across all these bushes. You can see it sitting there on the hill. And Jeff's flicking his flick right at it and lands right underneath the pin. Beautiful drive. Here is Peter with his drive. He's throwing a reef, and he backhands this thing, and it does not turn over for him. Fortunately, he clears all the bushes, so he's not screwed, but it's not what he's looking for. And there's Mackey with his drive. Pretty much parks it for a birdie. Beautiful drive. So here is Peter with his second shot. He's looking back towards the pin and squeaks it under that branch, and he's parked for an easy par. There was John tapping in his birdie, and here comes Jeff tapping his birdie. And Jeff's got an interesting putting style when he's close. Check this out. Boom. It works for him though, man. Alright. Jeff and John with the birdies, and we're on the hole 18, 228 feet, really uphill. It's a dogleg right. You can see the pin right there, and Jeff's sort of forehand at it. Skips just a little short and rolls down the hill a little bit. And you'll see where he lands in a second here. So here is John with his drive. Ripping an Annie out there, and this one comes up a little low. And here's Peter with his drive. He is throwing his hurricane right here. Ripping an Annie, and this one flies a little long. He's pretty much right on line. He's about 40 feet long. So here's John with his second shot. A little jump up. Not bad. And here's Peter with his second shot. Nice layup. Real smart. It gets kind of windy up on this hill. And so there's Jeff with his out. Really nice out. Pretty easy to get stuck back there in jail. And there's Peter tapping in his par. John tapping in his par. And here comes Jeff tapping his par. No problem. Nice putt. Alright, they all picked up a par on that hole, and we got the hole 19, 250 feet. And this one's really downhill. And Jeff's throwing, I think, a thumb right at that. And you see it rolls into the parking lot OB, and I stopped recording, and it actually rolled over to the curb back inbounds for an actually pretty nice drive. Super lucky. But it worked. So here's Peter with his drive. Looks like he's throwing a thumb or two. He is throwing a Predator. And that one lands barely in bounds, but it does stay in bounds.
Yeah.
So that's where Jeff rolled to. And that was the second shot. It got knocked down by that tree right there. Came up a little short. So here's Mackie with his second shot. Pretty nice up. Pretty much parked. So here is Peter with his second shot. And I think he's running this one. Yep. Oh, just long. Nice run, though. So here is Jeff for his par from the knee. Looks like that branch was in his way a little bit. Bang, bang. Nice putt, man. Really nice par save. And there's Peter for his par save. And then Mackie goes and taps in. And we are on to hole 20, which is, I don't know, somewhere around 290, 270, something like that. Really uphill. There's a road in between those green posts, which Jeff almost lands on but goes over. But John does not go over. He's right on the road OB right there. And here's Peter with his drive. He's flipping his common up there super high. Sick shot. He comes up a little left, a little long, but he's safe. Really cool drive. Here is Mackie with his third shot after taking the OB stroke. Comes up just short. Here is Peter with his second shot. Oh, just short too. And here's Jeff with his second shot. Just long. Pepper in that basket, guys. But Mackie picks up with a bogey, and Jeff and Peter got pars. And a hole 1, 312 feet, kind of downhill. And you can see it right there. And Jeff's flicking his flick, and it goes and almost hits those guys. Tee it off on hole 17, I think it is right there. There's Peter. He's just ripping his buzz right at it. And this one goes just a hair long and just a little bit left. Really nice drive. And here's Mackie with his drive. Ripping the backhand out there. This one doesn't come back quite enough. It's pretty windy out there. Pretty severe left-to-right wind right there. So there is Jeff's out from the picnic table. And here's Mackie's birdie putt. Hits the chains and blows out of the basket. Brutal. So here is Peter for his birdie. Got a little downhill death putt action. A little windy. Bang, bang. Nice putt, Peter. Slams that thing in there. Alright, we are on to hole number 2. Looks like Peter's throwing his hurricane. And this one's a bomb. Unfortunately, Peter slips right there and loses a ton of power. Fortunately, he gets past that tree at least. But Peter's definitely capable of parking this hole if he rips it out there. And there is Jeff. I think he's throwing his Blizz Destroyer. Comes up a little short, but he's right on line. And here's Mackie with his drive. Rips thing out there and doesn't really turn it over at all. Kind of fades out early. Gets a fortunate roll though. So here is Jeff with a second shot. Looks like he's throwing his Banger GT. Real nice up. Pretty much parked. Here is Mackie with his second shot. A little long. Not bad. And here's Peter with his second shot. Pretty much parked. So here is Mackie for his 3. No problem. Alright, we are on to hole number 3, which is a seriously tough hole. Oh, look, snake. Found this walking around out there. Also, a ton of tarantulas just wandering around all over the place. Pretty wild. Anyway, hole 3, 230 feet. It's kind of dog-leg left from their perspective. It's got a really tight window coming out, and there's another really tight window about 200 feet down the fairway. And the pin is basically behind me to my right. And Peter rolled all the way down to 2's fairway. You saw where Jeff was, and that's where Mackie landed. And now I'm going to show you where the pin is. It is right there. So here's Peter with a second shot throwing a forehand. Trying to come back up 2's fairway to 3's pin. And comes up just a little bit short. And into that bush. That is Mackey's out. He's parked for an easy par, and there is Jeff's up. Really nice up from where he was. Really easy to roll out from there. I took a wicked roll out on this hole. Took a 5. It sucked. So there is Peter's up. Goes a little long, and here's Peter coming back for 4. Oh, chains out. Brutal for the double bogey. Unfortunate. So we are on to hole number 4. It's like just flicking his flick, per the usual. This one's real short, 186 feet, straight uphill. You have to hit that gap, though. You can't take a huge hyzer backhand. There's a mandatory. And you have to go left of that rock. And unfortunately, Jeff hit that stump up there on top of the hill. That would have been pretty good. Mackey comes up a little short, and here's Peter throwing his buzz. Right up the middle, gets a beautiful skip, and he is 100% parked. Beautiful drive. So here is Jeff with the second shot. Comes up a little short, but nice up though. So here is Mackey with the second shot. Oh, that's the basket. And there's Peter tapping in his 2. Beautiful, beautiful drive. All right, we're on to hole number 5, 293 feet, really downhill. There's the trees right in the way, so thumb or a tomahawk works really well, and that's what Peter does. And he's about 10 feet long. Really nice drive. Throwing his predator on that one again. There is Jeff. Look at his flick. Comes up just a little bit long, but right on line. And there's Mackey throwing the tomahawk, I think. And he comes up a little long as well. So there's kind of 2 schools of thought to the jump putt. There's the Feldberg, as Jeff demonstrates right there. And I like to call this one the Rico, where you actually kind of jump. And John's going to bust that out for you right here. Oh, a little short. And here's Peter with his birdie putt. No problem. Nice birdie, Peter. This goes birdie birdie after the double bogey. Wipes it away. All right, we're at a hole number 6. Also really downhill, 272 feet, dogleg right. And it's not that basket that's covered in plastic. It's the orange one to the right. And they actually had a thing where if you aced it, you won the basket. And I think somebody did that eventually. So there's Jeff with his drive. Comes up a little short. He's got kind of a scary putt looking at it. And here's Mackey with his drive. He also turns it over a little too much. Comes up short. So here is Mackey with a second shot.
Nice looking run.
Goes a little long. And here's Jeff with his birdie try. Oh, looks like it went just a little to the right. And here we got Peter with his birdie try. Oh, just off the rim. And here is Mackey for his par save. Off the chains for a bogey. And here we got Jeff going for his par. No problem there. And Peter tapped in his par. And I think that's all I got for part 1. I will catch you guys in part 2.